men came, and each one of them, regardless of what name you would like to use first, each one of them had to sacrifice themselves for the truth. We look in our societies and we look at the formation of our religions. Now, if we take some of the messengers of God before, Moses, Abraham, these men were men who brought the word of God to the people. But they also, in bringing the word, exposed the people to the situations that were facing them. We have the story of Jesus feeding the multitude with 5 loaves of bread and 3 fishes. And many people believe that it is impossible. Many people are not aware of some of the aspects pertaining to that, because today there is hardly anybody out there, I wouldn't say there is not, but there's hardly anybody out there that can feed a multitude, which is over 1,000 people, with 5 loaves of bread and 3 fishes. Some of our brothers and sisters say that he waved his hand over the fish and the bread, and it became so much that everybody got bread and fish to eat. But you know, if I have 5 loaves of bread and 3 fishes, and I go into certain places right here in Guyana where there is hunger and poverty, and there are 100 people, or for me that would be a multitude, 100 people, and I only have 5 loaves of bread and 3 fishes. Then I know I can't do it like that. One of the things that they never realize is that this multitude was camped outside the gate of Caesar, which was the ruler. Now the truth was that these people were hungry. The fact that there are only 5 loaves of bread and 3 fishes shows us that these people were hungry. It's a significant act in the Bible that is showing us that these people were hungry near to Caesar's palace, where there was all to eat and all to drink. It therefore means that at that time, the rulers were not paying the people enough wages, and they were not giving the people access to enough food. So Jesus gathered them outside the palace, and he says to them, this is not what they're going to say, but let me just. He says, we have 5 loaves of bread and 3 fishes. In that palace, there is enough fish and bread for all of us. We cannot satisfy ourselves with this. So what will happen is that none of us will eat out of this. And in 3 days, we will get up if we don't get, and we will go into the palace for the fish and the bread that we want. Now I can see the messenger doing something like that. That would get to Caesar's ears, and he would know that if he doesn't send out enough bread and fish to feed the multitude, he is going to be in problems. So in that way, the multitude was fed, because he had to send it out. But I don't want to take away. Well, I don't want to take away the story that was given. But what I'm saying is that when we practice what we preach, it is much better. There are many people right now that need one loaf of bread or a half a loaf of bread and a half a fish in this country who are believers and they go to sleep hungry at night. There are people in the world who needs a half a loaf of bread, a quarter loaf of bread, a slice of bread, and a piece of fish. And the religious leaders know that they can't do what Jesus did in terms of praying over it and letting it become more. But they can do what I just said. They can do that. What are our churches for? What are our religious mosques and synagogues for? Where did the prophets preach to the people about their situation, about what to do about themselves, about how to feed their children? Where did they preach to the people? They preached in the synagogues, they preached outside of the synagogues. But their teachings were always for truth.
Negotiations breaking down is a whole big runaround. A lot of talk is what goes on, while the world is left to mourn. Starvation taking toll, weapons out of control. The atmosphere is cold, oh so cold. Oh Lord, tell me, what about love thy neighbor? Tell me, what about he ain't heavy, he's my brother. Nobody cares a damn anymore. All they got on their mind is war, war. Tell me, what about equal rights and justice? Tell me, what about peace and happiness?